What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris, and today it's another Pirate Batman 2.0 update. It's a couple of updates here and there. I thought it was worthy of a video to inform you guys of how I've made these certain updates. So today we're going to be talking about the added weapon strap, we're talking about a new gloved right hand, and also how I've finally weathered the knee pads. But before that, I just want to give a massive shout out to a very good friend of mine who is a fellow cosplayer whom I had the privilege of meeting down in Melbourne Oz Comic Con. A gentleman by the name of Daniel who approached me at Oz Comic Con. That was the weekend when I surprised Laura. Laura was there as Harley, I was there as Wolverine, Badge was there as Deathstroke, we got Super Sam there as Superman. So anyway, this young lad approaches me dressed in this amazing scratch-built foam Deathstroke armor, and we had a massive chat. He was a fan, and he did some fan art, not only of myself, but of Laura, Badge, and Sam. You can tell right away what we're in for. I mean, the kid is just talented. He's got all our individual Suicide Squad inspired themed skulls here with all our names on it. He had all our fan art in here, but I want to showcase the fan art that he did for me and the amazing letter he wrote to me. Dear Chris, I would like to start out by saying that you are my favorite cosplayer, director, actor, and celebrity. I know it has been said, but honestly it does make me drop whatever I'm doing to watch your newest upload. You alone introduced me to the world of cosplay and inspired me always in my shed making props and displays. Your custom collectibles are breathtaking, but so are your many cosplays. Aside from materialistic things, you are an absolute top bloke who is funny, talented, and humble. Essentially, I want to be you when I get older. Jesus Christ, man. You also inspire me on an absolute personal level. It sounds stupid, but you help me battle my own parademons with your constant, eccentric, and positive attitude. Yes! That's the plan. I want you to know that you help people with various problems, and what you do is really making a difference. I introduce you to my family and friends, and we watch your videos as a class in art class. Shout out to Mr. Byrne on your Mr. Byrne. Keep up what you're doing. You deserve millions of subs for what you do and for the time and patience you spend doing what you love. Regards, your #1 fan, Daniel. How cool is that? Daniel was the coolest guy to hang around with during the weekend. And this is the fan art that he did of me as Captain Boomerang. Dude, you have my mannerisms down pat. I remember the exact photo that you based this from. So not only did Daniel do fan art of me as Captain Boomerang, he did an amazing one of Laura as Harley from the animated series. He did an amazing one of Badge in his Deathstroke armor, and of course our good friend Sam, who was Super Sam cosplay. There was something about Dan when I was talking to him. He reminded me of me when I was that young, and just how intrigued he was and everything he wanted to know with what I did, and just how passionate he was about his projects. The kid is gonna go places. Alright, on to Pirate Batman 2.0 update. So first and foremost, let's get this big monstrosity out of the way, the elephant in the room. I have added a extra weapons belt here. In the previous update, I said to you guys I wanted something designed either going to be one belt or a crosshatch belt. In the end, I decided on one because with two belts crosshatching, it just got way too busy and it just wasn't very practical. So this here is a plastic knife I got off eBay for a couple of bucks, I think, and it seriously just does the job. Now, if you're wondering what's hanging at the end of said knife, it is a little metal bat which I got from Spotlight from their steampunk section. One thing I've always tried to instill when doing a cosplay is you have to try and think like the character whom you're cosplaying. You have to have a history in your head. You have to have an idea of what their personality, their traits are gonna be like. And to me, this was something that I think Pirate Batman would hang on as like a good luck charm if he's gonna go slice and dice some poor schmuck. Now, this here, which has been grommeted in place with a spare piece of leather, is a Pirate Batman inspired folded Batarang. Now, these originally were made by my good friend Vince, who is Big Hero Vince. He is an amazing cosplayer, and he approached me about a year ago when Pirate Batman was in the works, and he said, hey man, do you mind if I design the Batarangs for you? I said, go for it, you got free reign, I trust you, do it. And this is the designs he came up with. He painted a few up for me. He also gave me some blank ones which were CNC'd out of Perspex. So this is one that I painted up myself with some blood on the sides and just some leather wrap here, and it does fold up just with a hinge on the back. So it's just a matter of splicing it in half and Loctiting the hinge in place. You don't want to be too rough with it. I will have to reinforce the hinge. So obviously you just fold it up and it pops in place like so. You have to make sure that this part is facing down so it's streamlined with the buckle, and just grommets in place. Now the base for the belt was actually just a cheap leather belt I got from Big W. I think it was $25, $30. I've got the footage here of how the belt looked beforehand. I then cut off the buckled area, Loctited it, riveted it in place. In terms of the weathering, it was just sandpaper, nothing really drastic overall, except for the leather straps here that are holding in the scabbard for the dagger. They had some black Rust-Oleum spray paint spritzed onto it and then just some excess sandpapered off. Nothing too major, but you still want to keep with the theme of the chest piece and the belt, considering these two pieces came from the same maker. I'm very happy with the end result of this, guys. In terms of the crumple zones, it's fantastic. They kind of move away and then snap back in place when you stand upright. If you're like me, you kind of keep going back to your old cosplays and think about where there can be room for improvement. And for this section here, there was not a lot going on. Of course, it was just the black pirate shirt, but I wanted something more. And of course, having something like this is just handy for a pirate Batman or Batman in general. He's got the dagger, he's got the batarang, so it's ready to use right there. Again, you gotta think like your cosplay character. Secondly, the fully completed knee pads. Very happy with the end result of these buggers. Originally, they were just a rivet on either side for the strap, but I wanted rivets all the way around the perimeter of the kneecap itself, just to make it look kind of steampunk, but also crudely just like bolted and riveted together. So it was a matter of setting the rivets first and then lightly spraying it with black spray paint and sanding away the excess. That is why we have some leftover black spray paint in amongst those rivets where all the dents are from the hammer. And that was totally intentional, guys. I didn't want neatly set rivets in these pieces. I wanted hammer marks, claw marks, you name it. I don't know how well the camera is going to pick it up, but there are some scratch marks there. Possibly from Catwoman? I don't know. So there we go. There they are as a set. Now, when it came time to strapping them onto the pants, there was a bit of a problem. The more I walked, the more they wanted to slide down. So, Velcro. So here are my Pirate Batman pants. And as you can see, I have some Velcro that's been mounted on the pants, as well as the inside of the kneecaps themselves. Now, in terms of how I adhered these to the pants and to the kneecaps, it was just a matter of using that Sikaflex stuff that Ben and I used to glue down the muscle structure for my Red Hood DCEU cosplay. Seriously, I'm obsessed with this stuff. It is quite tenacious in terms of the smell, but my God, it will stick anything to anything. I mean, it's designed to be a car sealant, so you know it is gonna be very strong. So now, of course, when I place the knee pads on and strap it around the back of my leg, it is not going anywhere anytime soon. Now, last but not least, I kind of want the 2.0 version of Pirate Batman to be asymmetrical. So obviously that's why we've got one strap going across here. In terms of the old look for Pirate Batman, I just had brown leather straps around my hands. In fact, this one here is a perfect example. This is the original one that I use. I'm gonna be using it for the 2.0, but I wanted one hand to be gloved. So this is an old work glove that I had just lying around the workshop, and I just went to town distressing this thing. It was a matter of just hammering it, like literally taking a hammer to it on the ground, on the concrete floor, and just getting all those dings and everything in it, as well as some black spray paint, some brown spray paint, and sandpaper. And that is pretty much how I achieved that look. If you guys are wondering why the lighting is really weird, it's nighttime here. I never film videos at nighttime, but I finished this baby up this evening and I wanted to do an update, so excuse the weird lighting and excuse my severe pastiness. I sunburn under a street lamp. So it's just gonna work the exact same as the version 1. And now there is a technique that I have down pat so it doesn't get too bulky when I put the gauntlets on. So there you go, all nice and done. And then the gauntlets. Woo. The worst part about Pirate Batman is suiting up. It takes forever. There's a lot of squeezing into stuff, strapping stuff, people strapping you into stuff. It's not a one-man job, I'll tell you that right now. Okay, all right. It's kind of like his firing glove. This is the hand, obviously, that is on the same side as where the gun holster is, so it just makes sense. It's just for added grip. As for this hand, it's just gonna be bare with the leather wraps and all the rings, just pimping it out. Again, I'm going for asymmetrical this time around. Yeah, buddy. So guys, that is it for this week in terms of Pirate Batman 2.0 updates. I actually did get an email from Steam Vikings. I just sold something on Etsy. I did get an email from Steam Vikings today about my shoulder and bicep armor for this cosplay. Unfortunately, it did get returned to them. It had been returned, but they've reshipped it out with an updated tracking number. So hopefully it should be here by the end of next week, because we're 3 weeks out from Oz Comic Con Sydney, and I really just want to get this all finished so it's all done. It's gonna be amazing, guys. It's gonna be amazing to see Laura's Pirate Catwoman come together as well. It's just gonna be a gnarly cosplay duo. Given the fact we're an amazing duo already, but you know that. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to see It with my good buddy Arif. Usually I don't do movie reviews, I get it. They don't bring in a lot of traffic to my channel, but I will be doing a movie review on It because I'm so excited about it. You guys know I'm a massive horror nut, horror buff, horror aficionado. The original It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I watch it now and it makes me laugh. But yeah, I will have that review up probably this coming Thursday, guys. So that being said, wherever you are in the world, hope you're well, hope you're happy, be merry, be silly, and until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.